Now that we have understood the subject of soul, the next question is, how do we benefit from being soul conscious? What is in it for me? The subject of the soul, also termed as the real self, as opposed to the physical gross body, is considered India's greatest contribution to human thought. When we understand and are able to experience soul consciousness, a lot of issues relating to human suffering and human condition in this world and our experience in this world get automatically resolved. The soul has no form. It is larger than the physical body. It can reach out to others, connect with them, and use it to achieve life's larger objectives like peace, love, and stability. Mostly, human beings seek happiness and contentment from the external world. But in the process, we tend to remain unaware of the soul within us, which is actually a reservoir of bliss and happiness. It is an energy within all of us. It can be tapped depending on our skills and discipline to do so. The essential nature and quality of the soul, as we have learned, is that it is powerful, blissful, and happy. Dimensions of the soul includes its potential to withstand suffering, overcome adversity, tap its hidden talents and reservoir of energy, pursue things with persistent resolve, capacity to soar and achieve through sheer determination and willpower. We can experience this power in a deep meditative state through self-talk when we are absolutely peaceful and calm, undisturbed by external situations and circumstances. We have the ability to do this through meditation. In fact, we tend to keep on causing suffering and misery to ourselves by identifying with objects, situations, and relationships. But since they are in a state of constant change and flux, our identification with them causes us misery and unhappiness. The soul is an energy, and being an energy, it has no solid existence or substance. The energy in the world has also the same characteristics. So the soul or the atman really remains physically untouched by events taking place in the temporary world. Happenings in dreams or dream state are unreal and temporary. One does not really get affected by one's dream, even though one may get slightly disturbed. Isn't that right? Similarly, if life can be taken as or perceived as an extended dream, then one will know and understand that actually speaking, one does not really get affected by the occurrences in one's daily life. If one can understand that at the level of the atman or the soul, we are really not getting affected even by the most disturbing or tragic circumstances, this perception of reality or understanding life from this perspective will empower us not to get mentally or emotionally affected. One can stay in an undisturbed state of mental and emotional equilibrium. Why do we need to be soul conscious? When we go through our experience in this world and when we have only body consciousness, even a small problem appears to be a very big one. But when we become aware of the soul, we can see the same problem as a very insignificant one. In other words, when we realize that the soul is very much larger than our small pains, diseases, physical losses, etc., our worries could get reduced accordingly. If we continuously observe our soul as if it is separate from ourselves, it would free us from identifying with the body and the mind and their attachments, fears, problems, and sufferings. We can also choose to adopt a positive mental attitude towards any situation because we are then linked with something which has a huge power and presence, even though it cannot be seen. Once we are aware of the soul, by tuning our awareness or consciousness to the realization of its existence, we can then, actually at will, withdraw from our physical or emotional sufferings by diverting our attention to the essential nature of the spirit. We can also withdraw from any negative situation and keep our inner self peaceful and powerful, keep it protected from undergoing any emotional pain, suffering, or trauma. We can also draw on the vast potential energy of our soul so as to empower ourselves to cope with any situation whatsoever. Normally, energy of the soul remains latent and untapped within us. We can tap it only if we train our mind to become concentrated and focused. To empower ourselves, one can also cultivate the practice of being a detached observer. The observer will be the soul, but the soul functions just like a camcorder only. Like a camcorder, it remains unaffected by the happenings of the world. Naturally, when we remain unaffected, then we are able to move through life with as less suffering as possible.